What's going on YouTube? This is AntCap24 and we are back with a new playbook for the month of May. I've always wanted to do a playbook that had a under center, single back, 3 wide receiver set, all on the same side. It's something I haven't done all year long, and it's something that I really wanted to dive into. I did a lot of studying this past week to find out which I felt was the best one out there, and wanted to kind of bring that as the main focus of this new playbook. And there's a lot of ones out there that are different. There's the single back trio that's found in the Bills and the run heavy playbooks. There's the single back tray that's found in the Ravens. And there's the single back trips that's found in both the Colts and the Steelers playbooks. I went ahead and studied them, went back and forth with them, and I felt that the best of the bunch, in my opinion, is the single back trips out of the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. So that is the playbook that we're going to feature for the month of May. It is very close to the one in the Colts, but it does have 3 extra plays that the Colts does not have. And that was kind of the deciding factor on which playbook I wanted to go ahead and feature this month, was based upon this formation. And the reason for that is because it has a really nice opportunity to get in and out of 3 wide receiver sets when it comes to gun and single back trips, to really have a nice opportunity to run and pass and just really keep your opponent kind of guessing what you're doing. So in today's video, we're going to show you a play that's featured in every single one of these playbooks that I was telling you about in single back trips, trio, or tray. And it looks very similar. They may have different names, but it's called the PA boot. Now, the reason why we chose the single back trips is because this play is different and actually it runs differently than every other play out there. They all may look the same, but there's really one tiny difference in this one that you probably won't notice off of first glance, but I'm going to explain why it's different as we go through the video. Let's go take a look at it and show you how this is such a great play in the PA boot. So for this video, guys, we're going to show you a really powerful cover 2 bomb over the top with the middle linebacker in the deep blue. You've known, if you've been with this channel for a while, I love these opportunities to have a one-play score with these skinny type of posts from the outside, as long as they're in the right positioning. They're all not the same. They're all kind of a little bit different. Not everyone works exactly the same, and that's very true for this formation, okay? If you look at the other formations, you put them on top of each other, all the routes are going to look almost identical, but there's one big difference. And the big difference is the alignment of the wide receivers. For the single back trips, the one that we're looking at right now, the X receiver is on the line of scrimmage, whereas the Y and the B are off. When you look at the single back tray, the B is on the line of scrimmage and the X and the Y are off. And if you look at the single back trio, the Y is on the line of scrimmage and the X and the B are off. Why does that matter? The reason why it matters is because we need the X to not get pressed out of the gate. And when he's on the line of scrimmage, he does not get pressed unless they make a manual adjustment to that player, or whatever the case may be with individual coverage. If they just leave their defense the same, he does not get pressed when he is on the line of scrimmage. If he is off the line of scrimmage, they take an extra 1 or 2 yards for that cornerback to get in position, and he'll give him a chuck. When they give him a chuck, that's going to end up making him off of his route, where it doesn't allow you for the one-play score. Why is that important? It's important because every other cover 2 beater over the top that I've shown you, I've always wanted to have a motion guy to get that guy out wide. This one does not require motion. And that's a really big deal when it comes to being able to quick hike and being able to beat your player over the top and not give up that you're trying to do the one-play score. Sure, we can still do the motion. I'll show you that setup in this video as well for the one-play score. But for the way I want to show you this in this one, this is the only formation that I have found that you can do this in and have that success. So let's go ahead and show it to you. All you're going to do is block your tight end and put the Y on a fade when you're on the left hash mark, okay? So I'm going to get this defense, and I already have them in the deep blue. And what you're going to see is that this X receiver is going to get down the field over the top for one-play score. Now, this is a really nice rollout opportunity because of the way that it's a boot play. You can go ahead and do the full boot if you've got the ability to, or you can stay in the pocket. Either or, it's going to work for you. I just want to make sure that you see how it works. So here we go. We're going to carry out the fake. I'm going to stop my guy in the middle. You're going to see that the X is over the top, and we're going to go and get that one play score. It's going to be a really nice play for you because of the way that you have the ability to go ahead and not give the tell of the motion. So let's go ahead and look at instant replay and show you what I mean. On this side, if this guy is on the line of scrimmage, he's going to blow by this guy and not get, because he comes too fast to that player, he never gets his hands on him. If he was to go ahead and be closer, if the receiver is a little bit further back off the line of scrimmage, then he gets that chuck. That's the way it works in every other formation but the single back trips. Then we're going to be able to get that cut, go over the top, and you're going to see that we're going to get that distance between these two players, and you're going to have at least a 3 to 4 yard cushion, and you're going to have that one play score. Now, that works that way every single time. It's a really nice opportunity to get that and keep your player off guard, because the way this works, there is a lot of run plays to the left-hand side that are very powerful, that it's going to really give a little bit of a delay. People are going to have to play you differently here. So again, I'm going to show it to you just so you can see it. I got Y on a fade. If you haven't noticed already, yes, I am a homer. I did change Taylor Gabriel's name to Calvin Ridley. So Ridley has now joined our squad as basically just a name change. But, real excited about having him on the squad. And you can see here again, we're going to carry out the plays. I'm going to stay in the pocket, wait for this X, and you can just bomb this over the top. Make sure you hold down that X button for the rack catch for the one play score. So before I show you the second setup of how you can do this with the motion, let me talk about how we can go ahead and use the run game to really help you out. In this formation, you're going to have a lot of great runs. You're going to have the halfback dive, the halfback zone weak, which I absolutely love. You're going to have draw, stretch, you got all these runs, right? It's going to force your opponent, especially if they're trying to stop originally in their cover 3s and cover 2s. You're going to be able to pound the ball inside against your cover 2s, outside against your cover 3s, to really give them a headache. They're going to have to start getting into more cover 4s and cover 6s, right? Well, what's nice about this is that we're able to bomb cover 6 over the cover 2 side and also throw him open against the cover 4 side, but I want to make sure that you see this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and audible to cover 6. And I want to make sure that you see the difference between what cover 6 is out of the nickel formation compared to any other formation, right? So I'm just going to get these guys aligned right. Now, what you're going to notice is when people go to cover 6, you're going to try and want to figure out what side's the cover 4 side, which side's the cover 2 side. Without fail, cover 6 has the nickel cornerback on the cover 4 side. And it makes sense. If you need somebody to get to the outside of the field, you're going to want to go to the player that is the furthest to the outside. So you're going to have the cloud flat on the cover 2 side to the left, and then you're going to have the nickel corner be the cloud flat to the opposite side, right? So that way it puts your linebacker in a smaller zone per se. Now, people are going to ask, what's the difference between cover 6 and cover 9? Should I have to worry about cover 9? The answer is yes and no, okay? Cover 9 is basically only found in 3-4 formations and 4-3 formations. There's only one exception to that in Madden, and that's actually the 2-4-5. And cover 9 is the opposite of cover 6, to where the nickel cornerback is going to be playing on the cover 2 side when it comes to cover 9, whereas the nickel quarterback's playing on the cover 4 side when it comes to your cover 6s. But since it's only found in one formation, the nickel 2-4-5, most people are going to play cover 6 when they're in a nickel alignment. So that way I want to make sure that you know that, so you understand the game a little bit more and how to attack. So if I see a nickel coverage and I've seen people running cover 6 out of nickel, I should automatically know I'm going to identify who the cornerback is. On this side, obviously it's going to be the player on the right. And you're going to know that's the cover 4 side. So we're attacking over the top to the cover 2 side, right? So let's go ahead and watch it here. I'm going to block the tight end. I'm going to put the Y on the fade. And I'm going to go ahead, carry out the fake. I'm not going to go all the way out to the outside. I'm going to stay right here. And you can see that we're going to be able to bomb this ball over the top of the cover 4 for the one play score. Now you can also do this to the opposite side. So now let's go ahead and look at cover 6, where the cover 4 side is on the short side of the field where we're having our routes come from, right? Well, in this case, we could still make this work because we're just going to out-throw the X over the top. So I went through that whole ordeal to tell you how to know the cover 4 and the cover 2 side. But it's still important here because you're going to want to know that you're going to have to out-throw that safety, and it's not going to be as open. You're going to have a change of mindset of where to throw the ball. So if you know that play, that's really going to help you out. So we go through these motions. If you can get to the outside, that will help you. And now you're going to out-throw this guy over that safety, hold down that rec catch, and get your one-play score. A different throw than it would be if you're going against your cover 6 to where the cover 2 side, you know, is going to be on the side in which we had the routes on, okay? So now let's go ahead and last time here look at a different way of doing it with the motion, just so you can see that it still works. All I'm going to do is put the A on a block, and this time I'm going to motion the Y all the way to the right, and I'm going to put the B on a curl, okay? The reason why we want him, and we want to make sure he goes all the way to the right, we want him to get out of the middle linebacker zone. We don't want that guy to watch him. We actually want the guy to watch the B receiver while we get the X over the top. So here we go. You're going to see that we're going to carry out the fake. This time we're going to stay in there, and we're going to be able to throw this ball over the player, rat catch this, and you're going to get your one-play score. It's going to work exactly the same way. It's just going to be a little bit different of it. So you can work it either way and still have it. You can go ahead and bomb them maybe the first time with the motion, and then the second time without the motion because they didn't expect it, and now you got 2 cover 2 bombs in the same game, really getting some easy scores. So this is a really nice start to our formation scheme, something that anytime you can bomb cover 2 out of a running formation, you're really ahead of the game, especially when it bombs cover 6 as well. It's really going to really make them scramble on what defenses I can and cannot play, and that's how we'll make sure that we have our scheme around. Most people are going to have to get out of cover 2, out of cover 6s, which is going to kind of open up your run game, but also your opportunities to know what you're going to face and be able to attack it. I want to say thank you for everybody that has watched this video all the way to the end. We do appreciate your support. If you got something useful out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It does really help us grow our channel. If you're new to our channel and haven't seen one of the videos that are on your screen right now, go ahead and check it out for some great Madden content, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.